Hi, I'm Buddy from Pickle 361. Today, we're recording our AVP podcast with Colin Tan. Could you introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, sure. I'm Colin Tan, founder of 002 Pickleball Club and Academy. We are based in Ipoh. However, we will also be expanding to Selangor as well. So there will be another setup of 002 Pickleball Club and Academy in KL very soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay, let's get into it. Could you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to have an academy?
Actually, I'm a trainer by profession and as well as an analyst. So I teach real estate people literally like my entire life. I started in real estate in 1992, and then I started a real estate company that trained like people to become some of the most successful in Singapore and Malaysia. That's what I've been doing. So I obviously found that I have a knack for teaching and coaching people. And then after that, a friend of mine from Singapore introduced pickleball to me. And somehow, I also do not know why, when I started the club in Ipoh, we didn't just start a playing club. I do not know why also, because things just happened and I decided to name it an academy as well. So it became 002 Pickleball Club and Academy. And obviously when you have a name like an academy, naturally then now you want to teach people how to play pickleball, you want to coach. I did my certification in China and then I got my level 2 as well. So it's become a passion.
Okay.
Then along the way, that passion grew even more when I became a partner with ESM Pictures, to scout and look for young, talented players to coach. Okay. So it was an honor because at that time, I think even right now, ESM has always been like the top pickleball team.
Yeah.
So for them to be willing to work with us, I think it says a lot about what we have been doing.
How would you say, what is your philosophy of the academy? How do you approach the young ones?
Yeah, I think our approach is always the same, even when I was training real estate people. You see, in coaching, in training, everybody can get a certificate or a license to call yourself a trainer or a coach.
Yeah.
But I'm one person who believes that at the end of the day, the end must justify the means. Because ultimately, if you coach people, you must have result. So like for me, I was very focused on getting result for my real estate agents. And that's why, a lot of the people I train in real estate in Malaysia, as well as Singapore, all became $1 million agents.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it comes to pickleball, the same philosophy. We are not just going to be a academy that does introduction to people or so-called teach people how to play pickleball. That is good. We want that as well. We want to introduce pickleball to the community. We want more people to pick up this sport and so on. But that actually was what we wanted to do from the very beginning. But then at the same time, as things developed, we noticed that there is a space for us to grow into, because we realized that there were many people taking this coaching certificate.
Yes.
And there is a particular coaching certificate which is very easy for everyone to get. And some don't even hit the ball properly. And then after that, they come out, they become coaches. Even in real estate, I've always said to people, I'm a coach or trainer first by passion, before I became a coach by profession.
Okay.
So when it came to pickleball, it's the same thing. It is about passion before being about profession. But then there are people who come in and do this as their rice bowl.
Yeah.
They want to make money. And I don't blame them for it, because
Yeah.
sometimes you got to find a way to make money and to survive. But then my only wish for them is that they would work with an academy like 002 to develop themselves to a point where they don't just teach people how to play pickleball, but they can improve people's gameplay, improve people's pickleball IQ, court craft, skills, techniques, strategies, and to make people become better and better players.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel that, like I said, the word here is it must be a means to an end.
Yes.
So there must be result. So the people you are training must become better and better and really good at what they're doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
understand. So you've been traveling a lot I mean, checking out academies?
Yeah, too much.
Checking out
No.
academies in other countries. Are there any insights you would like to bring to Malaysia?
I would say like what I did instead of traveling a lot. Yes, I did travel a lot, but instead of just traveling, I brought in many top professionals, and we're talking about like top level players from 4.5 all the way up to 5.7 level.
Yes.
In terms of Duper rating. Now, many of these people who are like all the way up to 5.7 or 5.5 or 5.0 players, they are also coaches in their own countries. Okay, so when I bring them to Malaysia, maybe some people think I'm just importing players for competition to win competition. No, it's not that. Yes, that's also nice. We have been to.
Nice to have, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have. We've been to 5 major competitions, went to 4 finals, and became champion 3 times. So I think that's not bad. Yeah, I think we're probably at the moment the most successful team managing teams and captaining players to championship. So in several of these tournaments, we weren't even the favorites, but we came out as champions. So going back to this, like what did I learn from traveling? Actually, I learned from them traveling more. It's like they fly in. I would have a team of like 3 nationalities, top players, or 4 nationalities, Taiwan, US, or Thailand, and so forth, Vietnam. So when I have all these players play with us, and we discuss strategies, chat about coaching, about skill enhancement, it helps me develop as a coach. That's the purpose of me bringing these people here, inviting these people to play in Malaysia. Because by bringing them here, our players who play in the same team with them also learn. Will benefit, also will learn. So some of these players have actually progressed very, very well. Those who have played with me regularly, they can appreciate this, what we've been doing. I like Izzuddin, he has been a very good player recently. He's done wonderfully well for himself, came in, went to the finals in Skechers, went to the finals in M-Bank for mixed doubles and for men's doubles also. So he has achieved a lot. I'm not saying that I taught him anything. I'm just saying that because he has been playing with the team that I have formed, he has been learning also from a lot of these top players. So all these top players that are coming in taught me a lot. And then that helps me bring it back to the academy, helps me bring it back to Malaysia, back to Ipoh or Perak to advance the skills of people all around Malaysia.
Okay.
And also for coaches as well, for other coaches that are under our care.
Could you, just to build on that a little bit, is there any advice or experience that traveling players have given you?
I
or
think
maybe a mindset tip?
The most important tip I would give to people is that always be willing to learn. Always be willing to humble yourself and acknowledge that there are many people that we can learn from. So I personally feel that, when you bring in people from everywhere, all over Asia especially, you are picking up things that they picked up. They played for, hundreds and thousands of hours, and we are learning from them. But of course, it requires a lot of effort and humility to want to learn.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Colin, for the insight you've given us so far. We're going to take
My
a
pleasure.
short break and
Okay.
continue after this.
Sure.
Thank you. All right, we're back from the break. I'm here with Colin from 002 Pickleball Club and Academy. So moving on, I have a question for you. How should Malaysia position itself to grow and develop quickly in the growing global pickleball community?
I think Malaysia needs to adopt a very inclusive approach if it wants to grow. Let me put it this way. Now, previously when I conducted a coaching program in Malaysia, and that program is from China, we then had some noise in the background saying that, we don't recognize this, we don't recognize that, and it's like, everything must be US this, US that, and then even like pedals.
Yes.
You have USA PA approved, UPAA approved, and it's like the world is like US. I mean, I think if you really want to expand and grow, you cannot have that kind of mentality. Bring in the best from China, bring in the best even from Russia, bring in the best from Europe, anywhere. It really doesn't matter. It does not have. You see,
To add on to that, do you think, a bit of sensitive topic obviously, but like do you think some paddles actually give you an unfair advantage?
Now, at the end of the day, technology will always give people an unfair advantage. But technology is technology. For example, we may want to stop technology like Grab or Uber because it's affecting the taxi drivers. But then, by doing that, you are saying, I'd rather stay back and be more backward. And instead of able to be more
that
forward.
This is the future and
exactly.
get with the
so
movement.
In squash, in tennis, in badminton, as far as I know, there is no like, oh, your racket must be this approved or that approved by this association or that association. That's what I know as far as I'm concerned.
If you think about it, back in the day, tennis rackets were made of wood.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? Things keep changing. So when technology comes in, people will take precaution. Oh, okay, the paddle is more powerful, right? Okay, fine, I protect myself. I wear goggles or I wear eye protection and stuff like that. Or maybe it's too fast. But then at the end of the day, if your paddle is too powerful, the other guy will also then go and get the same paddle. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, then go and get the same paddle. Then you equalize the thing, okay? So at the end of the day, it's not just this. I think that especially for Malaysia, if you want to develop, this game to develop, you cannot be, everything must be America this, America that, or China this, China that. I seriously do not know. Sometimes it's just doing it unconsciously. Oh, because US invented the sport, so you just follow the... US invented cars, but who wants I won't say who wants an American car right now, but the reality is they don't necessarily have the best cars today, right? And the world right now are adopting Chinese EVs instead of American EV. So if we have a mentality, oh no, the car can only be approved by the America, then you can drive, then something is wrong somewhere. You are not allowing growth to take place. You are not allowing the best of all the worlds to come in and say, hey, this is good. Hey, this idea from China is good. Hey, this idea from Vietnam is good. This idea from Japan is good. Oh, this player developed something. Oh, this coach from Singapore developed something. It's a new idea. Why not? Why must it be IPTPA or PPR or whatever? So I feel going forward as a country, Malaysia wants to grow. They should also be looking at, hey, Malaysians coming out with new ideas. Malaysians coming out with possibly even better ideas, than US. Because sometimes when you are a country that invented something, you also get caught in being too everything has to be us, and you become also like less welcoming of new ideas, and that may actually set you back. So more than a year ago, when I first came back from China, I said that Asia pickleball will eventually outdo the West, right? Because our people are are built for pickleball.
Why do you say that?
We are nimble, we are smaller, we are, it's not like tennis. Tennis, the Asians have a little bit of an unfair disadvantage, right? So why? Because the build, they are smaller, they have shorter reach, the tennis court is so big, So obviously having a bit longer legs and a few extra inches of reach gives you an advantage, But pickleball is not necessarily that case anymore. For example, actually for pickleball, sometimes short players are better.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because why? They cannot reach certain balls, okay, and then go straight out. Tall players will wallop it, and so on. So shorter players, and we have one young little boy, right? He's not very tall, Every ball to him is an overhead. It's nice, To our chest level is a nice level to whack the ball, so to speak. Yeah. So I feel that Malaysia needs to stop this everything must be US. It's very tiring. Oh, it must be USA approved. Why?
I got a bold thought. maybe, just maybe, I don't know, maybe Malaysia should have our own recognition body.
Why not?
Right?
Why not?
Think about that.
Why must you be a follower? I always believe to be a leader.
We take the best from them and then
Yeah, and put it all together.
the
So,
weak side
yeah,
improve and improvise.
yeah. So, for example, like cars were invented by the US, but it has been improved upon in
By
Germany, by the Japanese, and
Yep.
now the Koreans, and now the Chinese. And at the end of the day, like now, how many people drive Ford in Malaysia? Though Ford invented the car. Right? And we can only move forward if we stop having this mentality that, oh, everything must be USA this, USA that. I'm not anti-America, don't get me wrong. I'm just
To be clear, yeah.
yeah,
he's not
to be clear, I'm not
anti-America.
anti-America. I just want
You're
people
just
to be
pro-Asia.
well, I'm not pro-Asia. I want them to
For progress.
embrace everything for progress, you know? You have to embrace like everything, try it out, and then like, oh yeah, actually this move is better than that. Oh yeah, this strategy is better than that. It's like, in the beginning, they always talk about the third shot drop, right? Now, some games, these pro players, they don't even drop. They are just banging away, you know? Because
But I think also with the technology of the paddles developing has evolved the game of pickleball.
Do you do most of the time third shot drop or you try
So, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a professional tournament player. I just call myself a social player that likes to play
You're more than
competitively.
social.
And so at that level, honestly, if I'm strong at driving, I tend to just drive a lot because at
Right.
a social level, I win quite a few points that way. But then I'll come up in a tournament against some very strong opponents that forces me to use other skills I have,
Right.
which is the dropping and making
Yeah.
them move around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to have an all-rounded game and adjust depending on the opponents.
So you're right. You know, it's like all about decisions that we make on the court, which are very important. And actually, a lot of these decisions need to be programmed into the head unconsciously.
Yeah.
So
It's just muscle memory because there's so much.
it's not
to think.
muscle memory, even your brain memory. In our head, we have what we call the logic and the unconscious mind. There's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. It talks about like, you know, once it's programmed, I see something, I see I'm in this side of the court, the ball is this way, I will just react this way. Most beginners and intermediate players, every ball they see, they wall up, you know, right? Because maybe they came from tennis background or badminton background or ping pong. Because if you notice ping pong and badminton and tennis, it is wall up all the way. It's very interesting. In pickleball, you have like, you know, you have a different paddle face position, paddle position when the ball is down. You have a different paddle position when the ball is at your chest level or middle. Then you should have a different paddle position at the high level. But again, when a lot of people have been programmed to play this way, when a high ball comes, they go this way. They go this way instead of going this way, which is actually same. I'm at a neutral position, and instead of going this way, or instead of going from here to here, I should be going from here to here. But you see a lot of people do
Most
this.
of the time, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you see a lot of people do this, okay? As
And
they
they pop up, right?
as they speed up, they firefight, and then they pop up, you know? So the ball get higher and higher. But what they should have done is, instead of going like that, they have to train themselves mentality, low, mid, high, low, mid, high. So they have to train this until unconsciously, when the ball comes, the brain register high, and then it reacts this way, you know? So all this still need to be, and pickleball is still relatively new and always evolving, you know? So there's not one size fits all.
And then you were actually, we wanted to talk about the focus on the research and analysis
Yeah.
to the sports.
Yeah.
From what angle that you want to see more involvement from private or from public sectors on this?
Yeah.
And what do you mean by
I think the okay, for example, we are also tying up with a gentleman from Negeri Sembilan, the IPG, which is Institute Physical Education, and he's a
For Negeri
in Negeri Sembilan,
Okay.
but he's a PhD in sports science. So I want to incorporate sports science into pickleball because it is very important. Especially, I know the responsibility when we are coaching young players. We know that they are not fully developed yet. So they've got bones that are still growing. They've got muscles that are still growing. We need to be able to manage them
What is
well.
sports science in general to
I think sports science cover a lot of things. Psychology is one of them. Nutrition is another thing. How nutrition affects your performance, muscle growth, bone mass. All this comes into the picture. For us, it's also very, very helpful for us to look at data. Everything has to be data driven.
What's the data you look at?
Data intermediate level, when players speed up, what is the success rate of those who initiate the speed up? Then, at pro level, when players speed up, what is the success rate of the players that initiate the speed up? So for example, if the success level of pro players that initiate speed up is at 70%, so now you have a net gain. So you should be the one that initiate the speed up instead of the every time.
whenever there's opportunity?
Whenever there's opportunity. So this is like, I'm also learning, evolving as I study data, analyze. I'm also learning and evolving because at times, everybody tells you, oh, you must be able to ding, right? So, but then when you move to the next level, I noticed like many of these like 5.0 and above players, they speed up like after a few dings. Sure, they are also very good at dinking. So you cannot forget that part. So you need to train and make sure that if the dinking game starts, you are there, you are in the game. You won't lose a point because of dinking, right? Rarely do you see in the pro level anybody dinks into the net. Rarely.
Yeah.
They win or lose points are from the firefights. Okay.
Data you mentioned earlier about intermediate and pro players and speed-ups. Is this American data? How reliable is this data?
Generally, to be fair, America has the bulk of that data right now. Okay. And a lot of people go into this, play and you can get information like this. So everything. So for example, like even your own player, if your own player, like if they speed up and every time they speed up, they have a net negative return or success rate, then obviously either have to improve their speed up or their firefight skills, or till they reach that level, you get them to dig as much as they can.
Okay.
And maybe they are better at counter attack.
Okay.
So let someone initiate the speed up and then they counter attack. So it's really about looking at the information and the data that's very, very important.
What would you say is two things. One, a very underrated skill that everyone needs to have. And secondly, something that's overrated that people are practicing too much.
Okay, I won't say there's anything that's overrated.
Okay.
All skills are important. You should have so you must actually have a record of your own skill. And this is what I try to do, like dinking, am I a 5 out of 10? Driving, forehand, accuracy, how accurate am I? Am I a 6 out of 10? Backhanding, if I'm a 5 out of 10? And then my aggressive thing, volleys, overheads. So I have to break down every single skill into numbers and rate them accordingly. So when we talk about numbers, we have to talk about okay, I can hit the ball in 10 times out of 10 times. That's wonderful, okay? But then after that, you need to go to the next level. How often do you hit the ball where you want it to go? 10 times out of 10 times. So you can hit it in and to the spot that you want. So that's also very important. So from this, we then know that, okay, this skill, I need to work on it until I reach 10 out of 10, or close to it.
So we're going to take a break now and we'll be back with the juniors program.
Thank you.
All right, we're back from our break. I have this burning question for you. So my daughter is 5 years old. I don't know what's the youngest students that you've taught, but for me, sometimes I do give her a bit of training, but I would like to ask you some advice. From the very foundation, how should I approach training her to have the basics and then eventually getting her a professional coach, of course?
I think for children, they like to play. Play as in like have fun. So most important is to keep the session fun. And obviously, like if you're doing it with your daughter, it's all about like that bonding with you, keeping it interesting, bonding. It should not be regimental. It should not be like, oh, you must do it this, because at 5 years old, she's still too young, honestly, right? For you to really like assess at what level she is, like natural talent or whatever. But of course, skills can be harnessed and all skills can be literally taught out. We've had people that could not play, like have very awkward swing and all that. And then 10, 15 minutes with them, I got them hitting beautiful double backhand, double-handed backhands. Now with children, it's all about developing their interest in the game, number one.
Yeah.
Then developing their sense of coordination, hand coordination, right? So it's not even necessary to start with a paddle. It's like getting them, experiencing what it is like to throw a ball, like from here to there, that distance, and then what it's like to catch that ball. So it's all about that, getting the mind adapt to this moving ball, and while doing that, having a lot of fun. Then as she starts to hold the ball, throw the ball exactly where she wants, so you see improvement, right?
Yeah.
So the coordination becomes better. She's able to toss it to where she wants. She's able to catch. She's able to do all kinds of things with the ball. Then you now can start to add paddle work. Just have fun. Just hitting
I've been doing a lot of sessions like that.
Yeah.
Everything you've mentioned. I even have a ball tied to a string in my house. And every so often she'll come release tension. She'll whack it damn hard. And then she'll tell me, say, Daddy, stand there. Exactly there. I'm going to try to hit you. And little fun games like that. We're both laughing about it. Her swing's getting a bit better. But most importantly, like you said, it's just that ball, hand-eye coordination, and just kind of anticipating that.
So along the way, you can start working on the biomechanics. Okay. So biomechanics are actually very crucial. You must be able to force it out of someone. So of course, sometimes kids can learn by observing. They can see, oh, you do it this way, where you contact the ball, and how you rotate your torso, and then how you end, where you finish. But along the way, you will actually literally like guide their hands and their body to work on that swing structure. So the biomechanics, as we were talking about. Sometimes we use pole, for people to do this. We use medicine balls, we use a lot of different tools to get those muscles moving, because many times those muscles were not used for that particular swing. So you need to literally
train that,
force that muscle to work. And then you see the players, even your kid and all that, starting to have a beautiful swing. We see 7-year-olds or what, have beautiful stroke. Just that they don't have the power yet.
That will develop over time, of course.
That will develop over time.
I came from a background of tennis. I played at a high level in high school. That made it easier for me to transition into pickleball. I think a lot of the swings and all are similar, but I also had to unlearn a lot of tennis to be a bit more effective
because
on the court.
you know pickleball is not just one, it's not about drive. It's about drive, rolling drive, you have the drop, you have the punch
even
volley,
the smash is completely
overhead,
different.
Completely different.
Tennis.
And pickleball is just wonderful. It's like really, really so much to learn, and that makes it really, really interesting. There's so many strokes.
I think even 1 year ago, how people were playing is really different. Even in Malaysia, how
Malaysia's level has gone up a lot. And you're seeing people very clearly cutting away their backswing, backswing, understanding, that pickleball is about speed and timing.
Tennis, ping pong, badminton,
squash. Which of those racket sports has the advantage coming into pickleball?
Tennis first. For
Tennis
sure.
first?
Why do I say that? In our academy, I'm sure you've been to introductory programs. You've been involved in introductory programs. Have you seen introductory programs that basically starts with dinking? And all they do is that stand at the net and ding and ding and ding, and then aimlessly to know what they're doing. In our introductory or discovery programs, we never teach dinking. Dinking is not a skill that you teach for beginners, because dinking is an advanced skill. So we don't teach dinking at the beginning. So we are probably the one that invented this in Malaysia, maybe even the world, because I started going everywhere. I said, stop teaching dinking at the introductory. Stop sharing dinking at the introductory. Because what is the first shot? What do you want people to do when you want them to play pickleball? You want them to be able to start playing, not spend time at the net dinking, and then cannot serve.
Especially
cannot
the dinking rally is not going to last. Yeah.
Yes, right. So what is the first? So then when I analyze, analysis, when it comes to teaching, being able to analyze is very important. What is the first shot in pickleball?
Serve?
Exactly. So the first thing I teach is drives, not dinking. Because once you can drive, you can serve and you can return serve.
Yeah.
Right?
Covers
Then you can
3
play.
situations already.
You can start playing. What's the third shot? What's the next shot in pickleball? For beginner, don't talk about intermediate or pro. Because introductory is for beginners. So what's the third shot for beginners?
Volley? If you're already at the kitchen?
Smash. After people serve, the second shot they return, then they play a bit, sure pop up one. So you smash, okay? So the third shot is smash.
And so satisfying.
Yeah.
A good smash.
Right. So the first thing we teach is the drive and the serve and the return of serve. So these are the first thing. With these three, can you play a game?
Yeah.
100%. Can you have fun?
Yeah,
100% for beginner. With Ding, can you play a game?
Not a game. No.
And most players in the first 3 months don't even ding. Then why are you teaching them something that they don't
They're
use,
not gonna use, yeah.
in the first 3 or 6 months? Yeah. And then some of them are figuring, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? It's boring. And then before they even start, they give up. So I get them to serve, drive, and then smash. As they advance their skill, they start to realize that there is a purpose for the kitchen. There's a reason that you need to drop. And that's where they start to want to advance their skills. So dinking is an advanced skill. It's not a beginner skill. Don't teach dinking to anybody in the beginning. Waste time. Just let them have fun. Yeah.
So tennis is number 1.
Tennis number 1. Number 2, I would say, is ping pong.
Ping pong?
Yes.
Okay,
So
what's
at the kitchen, a lot of the shots that you use, right? A lot of the shots that you use are very similar to your ping pong shots. So of course, at the serve and the drive, tennis, right? Like I said, you can play a game, Rima, with the serve and the drive. But ping pong, is where if you notice people at the ping pong table, they don't run around the table a lot, but they are they are able
Not
to,
a lot of running.
right? They are able to get the ball down, top spin and get the ball down. So when ping pong is like that, the ball comes up, you hit it back down, over a net and down. So I've got a friend, he's a 5.0 ping pong player. He still plays like a ping pong player, okay?
Can you drive from the back? Not so strong.
It's a very unique drive. It's a ping pong drive, okay? Yeah, like, I don't know how. It's almost like his ping pong driver is almost like he's behind the table. Like now, the ping pong player, he's like 5 feet behind the table or 6 feet behind the table, trying to drive back over the net in the.
Okay.
They still do that,
Once he gets
Very
to the
interesting.
kitchen, he's unstoppable.
Yeah, the kitchen, they have fast hands and all that. Then if you ask me, maybe badminton and squash comes next,
number 3 lah.
Maybe squash a little bit more than badminton. I'm not saying badminton cannot, but badminton, most of the time hitting overhead shots. Right? But your defense also, you do that.
Yeah.
So you're either lobbing most of the time. In badminton, you're lobbing, okay? Or you're smashing, okay, overhead.
Agree on any
Right.
of these, please let us
Yeah,
know in the
yeah.
comments which one you think should
No,
be
I'm not saying
number
badminton
one.
is no good. There are many good badminton players, who've gone on to pickleball,
Yeah.
as long as they can adapt. But whereas in squash, also we tend to play the ball quite low. In squash, you tend to play
Very
the ball quite
risky.
low also.
Coach coming.
Even though they
Coach
slice,
Cummington comes from a squash background.
Yeah.
And he's got some tricky shots.
yeah. So when but they play a lot of slice, especially the backhand, but they keep it low. They don't pop up the slice. That's also that's another skill set. That's why pickleball is so interesting. You can. Like I have one lady, she's now champion, para champion, she's intermediate champion. So I told her, drive for me to see. So she drove. I said, drive there, she drove there. Drive there, she drove there. Drive there, she drove there. And I said to her, I'm not going to correct your swing. Okay? Play your ping pong drive, now I'm going to give you strength. So I work on her biomechanics. So I said, you can hit the ball anywhere you want. I don't want to change that. I'm just going to keep you hitting because it reminded me of my ping pong friend, who is a 5.0. And he's able to drive, he's able to, and honestly, in pickleball, you can win a match without having to drive very hard. If you can hit balls that you drive, goes over the net and start dipping, those are even better. Okay? It's very hard to attack. That means you drive, like maybe for tennis player, it'll be like 30%, okay?
Yeah.
Or around there, it's more like a top spin drop. But it's a drive kind that goes like just clear the net and then it comes down.
A dipping
It's
kind of ball.
dipping one. It's very hard to attack. If they want to attack, it likely go into net or pop up. Then you have the other, the ping pong player. Maybe they are hitting at 70% the way they play tennis. That is still the same shot that goes over the net and comes down. So if you can play that kind of shot, it's very good. Everybody then goes to the net and start firefighting. Yeah.
Then it's even. We've spoken about a lot of pickleball training and improvement.
Yeah.
So I believe there's a pickleball clinic that's upcoming. Could you tell us a bit more about that for our fans?
Yes, we are co-organizing this with GPA. We have our player that we brought in, Kudip Mahajan. He's a top player. He just recently won in Korea the men's champion and the mixed doubles as well, championship. So he's a very good player. And if you are a person who wants to improve your game, like I said, learn from all these overseas professional coming in. You will pick up a lot of good tips. Though it's a lot cheaper than you fly out there to try to learn from them. Okay, they are here. We've brought them in, and then work with them. Obviously, there'll be a lot more of these star players coming in, and 002 really desire to bring these people in to give Malaysian more exposure to players like that. So take advantage of it.
Also, I think it's great to hear that. We've gotten a lot of feedback because there's a lot of pickleball clinics that's happened recently. Some brought value, some not so much. So I think you're designing a program which we want the fans to leave with value.
Like I said, we must have an open mind. And I'm one person who, when I started training real estate people, I said I'm going to be the #1 real estate trainer in the world, not just in Singapore. Some people might think, oh, this is arrogant. No, I think that's how we should think. It's not about arrogance. And when I decided to move into pickleball coaching and having the academy, I want it to be the best. And if it can, be best in the world. If it cannot, best in Malaysia. Cannot, never mind, best in KL. But we just do our best to achieve that. So I think we will be writing our own programs, like based on what I've shared with you. Introductory, we don't do dinking, examples are like that. And we'll be writing our own programs, and I'll be quite likely co-authoring it together with Dr. S.P. Subramaniam, science, sports science expert, I would say.
Colin, thank you so much for your time today and sharing all your insight.
My pleasure. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll have you again on another episode. You look like you're dying to tell us more.
Yeah, a lot more.
Episode.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thanks
See
very
you.
much. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
you.
Thanks. Yeah.